Larry Walker, newly elected to baseball's Hall of Fame, joins us now live on MLB Network. Larry, let me be the first to congratulate you from all of us here at MLB Network. This one went down to your 10th and final year on the ballot. Paint a picture as to the tension in your home there somewhere in Florida. What was this day like for you?
Well, I think I was quoted earlier as sending something out that I didn't think it was happening, and I actually truly meant that. I had the numbers in my head and was prepared for no call, and then the opposite happened, and that call comes, and all of a sudden you can't breathe. So it was the day flew by pretty quick, but when that phone rang and I saw the number, yeah, heart skips a beat.
Hey, Larry, it's Bob Costas. Congratulations. You just said that you really sincerely, you weren't kind of just girding yourself up for disappointment and lowering the expectations. You really didn't think you would make it. So this has to mean something extra special emotionally to get that call from Jack O'Connell.
It was, Bob. It was so special. Like I say, I barely remember the moment. I was kind of floating on air and having some friends and family around me, and you know, a lot of things entered my head when the phone rang, and as I was hearing what was being said to me, you know, and as a Canadian, it was a proud moment for me to represent my country and be able to join Ferguson Jenkins in the Hall of Fame.
Larry, it's Tom Verducci. Congratulations. I'm glad you brought up your home country. I spoke with Ryan Dempster, and he talked about taking a ferry 40 minutes to go play baseball because you made the dream possible for him as a Canadian to be a major league player. Larry Walker, an inspiration for anybody in that country growing up with an idea of playing baseball. So my question is for you, where did your dream to be a baseball player come from, and when did it include the Hall of Fame?
Well, this moment right here would never entered my mind as a child growing up. Of course, being Canadian, you're born into this world with a stick in your hand and skates on your feet. So that's how I was as a kid. You played hockey, and that's all that really mattered. When hockey didn't quite go the way I wanted, baseball more or less found me, as the story I've always told. And I didn't work hard at baseball at the beginning until I realized I had a little bit of ability at it. So once I figured that out, watching a lot of people play, learning from their mistakes, learning from their successes, and listening to my coaches and fellow teammates led me to this moment here, and here we are.
Hey, Larry, it's Harold here. I'm glad you're talking about skates and hockey, and I'm not the one getting in trouble in Canada, so I'm leaving that one on you. All right? That one's on you this time. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you, Larry.
I've tried to fix you north of the border, so I think you're okay there now.
I figured that much. Hey, having been a teammate, and I know so many guys always love being around you and spending time with you, and you know that we're close that way as well. But watching you play, it was the power arm, the power bat that kind of stood out to me. But I'm curious, what in your skill set of the 5 tools did you really think stood out above the rest in your mind?
Gosh, you know, Harold, I've been asked that question before, and it's a tough one because I literally had to learn everything in the minor leagues. I didn't really play baseball growing up. I didn't have high school baseball, so that didn't exist. It was 15 games of hardball a summer, but I played on a fast pitch team with my dad and my brothers with a softball, and that was what I looked forward to all the time. So making it to the minor leagues, and like I said, learning, practicing. I think I did 4 or 5 instructional leagues, and I had to figure everything out. I didn't have quite the start as American kids might have, so it took a little bit of work, but you know, I enjoyed it, had fun, and I was a quick learner.
Is its story true about you cutting across the diamond to go back and tag up? Can you tell that story?
Yeah, it was in Utica, New York. That was my first year of professional ball. And Gene Glenn, my third base coach, and the late, great Ken Brett was the manager and first base coach, and they put the hit and run on. I took off and didn't peek in to see where the ball's going, but I knew it was hit, rounded second, and Gene Glenn at third was telling me to get back, so I got back. Slid into first ahead of the throw, and was safe, easily safe. Got up kicking and screaming and like a little baby, and then Ken Brett said, hey, Larry, you got to go back and touch second. You can't cut across the pitcher's mound. I looked at him and I said, I already touched second. Why do I got to touch it again? So,
I love it.
Hey, Larry, it's Bob again. We're glad you got straightened out on that count before you hit the major leagues. Peter Gammons made an interesting point a few moments ago. He said that this is a breakthrough for people who might have been held back in the minds of some voters by the so-called Coors Field effect, that it might favorably affect the chances of Todd Helton or others to follow. You buy into that?
Oh, absolutely. Like I say, it was the year I won MVP. I thought it was a great thing for Colorado Rockies players as well, to take away that mess of playing there and all the negatives that go into it. Hopefully this does work for Todd. Obviously, he's very Hall of Fame worthy. Arenado, where he's going to be going with his career, is very Hall of Fame worthy. So, like I say, I get the arguments. Trust me, I've heard them all. I've heard the good things, I've heard the bad things, and I'm okay with both of them. You know, there's negativity to everything, and I'm good taking it, and I can handle it. I'm a big boy, so I can take all that stuff. But like I say, 76.6 of the writers didn't think that way, so I'm as grateful as can be.
Well, Larry, you waited 10 years for that phone call. And when it came, you're going in not alone, but with Derek Jeter. What does it mean to you to be inducted this summer in Cooperstown with Derek Jeter?
Yeah, pretty awesome. I mean, we're talking about one of the icons of the game in Jeter. And Derek, congratulations, obviously, for your induction. And I look forward to hanging with you. I guess I'll probably be seeing him shortly. But, you know, one of those names that goes along with the greats of any sports, that you say a name and you're talking about one of the best ever. So, you know, I was thinking about it, that as great as Derek is, I'm kind of going to be like that. Remember those old 45s we used to listen to, and they had the song on the A side, the song on the B side you really didn't know about? I'm the B side.
But you know what, Larry?
That's great.
You know what, though? Derek Jeter's not going to be wearing that shirt. And he couldn't, even Derek Jeter couldn't pull that shirt off. Well done. Larry Walker, newly elected Hall of Famer. Congratulations once again, okay?
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.